How to improve your relationship and make it last for your lifetime. A romantic getaway is not the solely thing to ignite the spark in your relationship. Likewise, there are choices on the far side running to a relationship healer if you are disagreeing regarding key problems. If you are inquisitive in a way to improve your relationship, there are little stuff you will do that will have a giant impact over time. If this is your first time coming across this channel, please don't leave us without subscribing to us. Here are 10 shocking tips to bolster your relationship that are too straightforward to not take for granted. With sex, aim for amount over quality. When spouses do not get busy often, they'll lose physical affiliation. Clinical sexologist and relationship healer Cot Van Church Building, DHS, author of The Married Sex Answer, suggests removing the expectation of getting long, technical love life sessions. Whether it is a reparation within the shower or creating out like teenagers before bed, 10 targeted minutes will build additional intimate moments than several couples have tough in years, she says. What is additional? This will be converted into longer love life sessions. 2. Write about your fights. In a study from Northwestern University in Evanston, Couples WHO wrote for 7 minutes 3 times a year regarding previous matrimonial conflicts from a third-party perspective rumored bigger relationship satisfaction than those that did not. Researchers believe it's as a result of the writing cluster was ready to gather new insights regarding the disagreements or higher perceive their spouses when they'd mirrored regarding them on their own. Next time you argue along with your man, strive writing down the small print from a neutral posture. You may notice one thing you incomprehensible within the heat of the instant. Writing regarding your disagreements is an honest thing to run through them and analyze what each of you are expressing. 3. Hug for 2 minutes and kiss for 30 seconds day by day. Often, kisses and hugs become mechanical and fast, says wedding and family healer Kim Blackham. The problem, those precipitate pecks and embraces do not provide a similar feel-good advantage as longer stretches of physical intimacy do. Oxytocin, a chemical our bodies unharness after we bit each other, showing emotion connects folks, says Blackham. Now ought to set a timer, says Blackham, however do extend your hugs and kisses longer than you ordinarily would, you may feel a replacement sense of affiliation. 4. Take a walk long. If you are attempting to come to a decision however you two ought to handle your daughter's poor information, hit the pavement. Not solely can the recent air clear your minds, however conjointly the terribly act of walking within the same direction will assist you to feel as if you are on a similar team and need a similar result, explains Blackham. Physically heading to at least one place causes you to additional doubtless to be mentally in sync, it's like you are standing along rather than effort one another. Having a troublesome oral communication is easier once you get your body moving in different directions. 5. Match up your drink levels. Along keep together? Affirmative, in keeping with a study from the University at Buffalo Analysis Institute on Addictions in Buffalo, New York. Significant drinker/light drinker pairs had a divorce rate of 50, whereas spouses WHO enjoyed alcohol in equal amounts were simply half-hour doubtless to divorce. Thus, an inequality in drinking habits may be a higher predictor of divorce than the drinking itself, probably vertical bar in all probability vertical bar most doubtless, as a result of they are less likely to fight regarding their variations. That is to say you each ought to get wasted nightly if that is what one and all you desires to try to, however it is not essentially a foul plan to grab a glass of wine, or pop a brewski, once your better half unwinds with a brew. 6. Sit next to each other at eating house tables. You may be inclined to require a seat across from your partner, however it's an additional aggressive stance, says Blackham. After all, it's however you associated a prospective leader sit throughout an interview. Next time you are out, strive grabbing a booth or swing separate chairs at a table facet by facet. Rather than taking part in footsie underneath the table, your man will slide associate arm around you or bit your knee, whereas you'll be able to whisper in his ear. It's a friendlier and far additional intimate position. Take an opening from facing one another next time you quit to dinner, and permit yourselves to take a seat on a similar facet of the table. The physical closeness might foster additional emotional closeness. 7. Jot down your guy's sweet deeds. Maybe he stuffed up your gasoline tank while not you mentioning it had been obtaining low. or brought you flowers for no smart reason. Once on a daily basis for per week, in secret write down one thing your man did that touched you. Many times, particularly in long relationships, the tiny things our partners do for North American nation get unnoted, that eventually results in husbands feeling resentful, says relationship professional and accredited marriage coach Christina Steinnorth Powell. Keeping an inventory helps you are feeling grateful for the daily blessings of marriage, and sharing that list at the tip of the week along with him will make him feel appreciated. 8. Schedule rom-com date nights. You always knew there was a sensible purpose to observe Harry and Sally fight, currently science confirms it. In keeping with a study from the University of Rochester in Rochester, New York, taking in movies regarding relationships alone, then discussing them, is simply as effective at reducing divorce rates as learning regarding conflict management and compassion. However, surprise! Observance and talking regarding flicks is better at limiting what quantity wedding medical aid time couples want than formal relationship talent coaching. It might be as a result that those sorts of films alter universal couple conflicts and supply associate excuses to speak regarding those problems. 9. Put your cell phones away. This advice appears pretty intuitive once you are attempting to strengthen your reference to somebody, however it bears continuation. Relationship professional Rachel A. Sussman tells Woman's Day that the matter with being blocked into your phone is that it takes you far away from the current moment. And on the far side, taking you out of the instant, it will come back off as seriously disrespectful to your partner, whether or not you plan it to be thus. It creates an illusion that you are not fascinated by the American state, you are not fascinated by what's happening nowadays, Sussman says. She recommends having phone-free times of the day or areas in your house wherever the natural philosophy is not allowed. Take time to place away your phones and see however the oral communication blossoms. 10. Ask one another a provocative question each day. It does not matter what the question is, Sussman says, however asking your partner a noteworthy question day by day may be a good way to continually learn additional information regarding your partner and perceive additional of their mind works. It forces you to induce out of your temperature, suppose one thing through, say it, and make a case for yourself, Sussman says. If your partner agrees with you and you have got noteworthy oral communication, that makes intimacy. She says no topic is restricted, and you'll be able to cite something from politics to the newest show you're binging along. What is necessary is to pay attention and interact with your partner. Thank you for watching, please subscribe and don't forget to leave us a comment, tell us you thought about this video. We will be happy to hear from you also.